Hey, what's up, everybody? All right, so I wanted to help give y'all some tips to speed up combat so we can get through this a little bit quicker, and it'll be more fun if it moves a little bit faster. So, in the center of your character sheet here, this is your box that has all of your attack actions in it. So, I have my short sword, I have my attack bonus, and I have my damage. So, because if you need to figure out what your bonuses are, so I got that +6 by adding my proficiency, which you always add your proficiency, and then you add your strength. Because it's a sword, you're swinging it with your arms, and if you're strong, you get a +6 attack bonus. That's how I got to that number. And then the 1d6 is your standard damage, and the +4 is your strength bonus. So that is how you ascertain what the damage is. With a ranged weapon like a crossbow or a longbow, you use your proficiency plus your dexterity to get your attack. See, both of those are a +5. And the crossbow damage is a 1d8 +3 because that's the damage comes from dexterity. And this is a 1d8 +3 because the damage comes from dexterity. Okay, then I have my cantrips. These are just offensive spells that I can cast every round as a special rogue. I've got a melee attack, so that's a +6, and this is the damage is a 1d8. Firebolt, you use a +6 because it's a ranged weapon or a ranged spell, and you do 1d10 damage with that. And then I've also got a short sword with a pretty good bonus. So that is actually a +2 short sword. That's how I got to that 8 there, because the sword itself gives me a bonus. Then there's my damage die. And then here's a couple other weapons. So in this other column over here, right here, I put the class features. So because he's a rogue, if he gets a sneak attack, and you get a sneak attack if the person that you're attacking is busy fighting with someone else. So if I attacked somebody who's fighting with somebody else, if I attacked them with my short sword, I would say I attack with my short sword. I would roll the 20-sided die, I'd add 6 to it, I would tell the DM that number, and then if the DM tells you hit, you roll your damage and add 4 to it on the 1d6 +4, and then you get to add this damage to that, so that's a 2d6 because it's a sneak attack. And so that would be one action. And then in combat, most rounds, you can do 3 things typically. You can move 30 feet. You can do one of these attacks, or you can do a action like sprint, hide, dash, disengage instead of these. Then, if you have a character like mine that is a rogue, he gets a bonus action. So he can move, attack, and then do one of these each round because it's a bonus action. So when you're looking at your characters in the player's handbook and what their abilities are for your class, if they have a bonus action, write it in here. And then if they have something like sneak attack, you write it in there. You write sneak attack, you look at the damage that it does in the player's handbook, and you just make a little bit of shorthand here and put any info. Like I put in here, if target is engaged. So I know if the target's engaged, I get the sneak attack. Then I've got this. This is another thing that I can do. I have a mage hand, which is a nearly invisible ethereal hand that can move across the playing field and do simple tasks. I made some other notes on here, but that's simply the best way I can think of to describe when it gets to your turn. You're going to use those 3 parts of the character sheet. You're going to move, you're going to probably attack, and then you're probably going to have some special abilities. So take a look at it. If you guys have any questions or want me to clarify something, let me know. Hopefully we can get ahead of this by next week and have a good, fun game session that moves along at a good pace.